perspective, because I feel like a lot of people tend to assign winners and losers on the day at practice, and that's not typically something that football players or coaches do. As Kevin Byard joins us up here on the SeatGeek Terrace. What's up, KB?
How we doing, Buck?
We're doing okay, brother. What's the word?
Not much. You guys are up here in the VIP section.
Man, well, you know I'm soft. I melt when it starts to rain.
I seen 102.5 at the bottom. I was like, they got Buck at the top. They got me feeling really good.
They take care of me out here. What was the day of work like for the audience who didn't get the opportunity to see practice today?
Well, it's definitely foggy, raining. I don't know what's going on with the bipolar Tennessee weather, but it was great. Ran around. Defense made some plays. Offense made some plays, but it was back and forth for a little bit. But happy and proud of the way the defense finished practice today with a couple of interceptions in 2 minutes. So it was exciting.
Yeah, no, I mean, and that feels like it's been the case for you guys the last couple of days, or at least when we were out here on Tuesday with you, a couple tip drills and capitalizing on some turnovers there. But we went to the press conference with Vrabel, and we were like, seemed like defense won the day. And then he quickly, all but wrapped us on the hand with a ruler, said, no, that's not really how we do these things. So how do you guys assess what the work that you got in practice when so much of this is situationally based?
Yeah, and I think Braves does a great job of putting us in a lot of game situations. In the beginning of practice, we started off with a great play, tip drill, Amani caught an interception, but then as we got into the red zone, they scored 3 straight touchdowns. So it's always back and forth, and the way I kind of look at it as a leader is like, okay, we started practice on the first play, great play, but then the offense bounced back, and we kind of get a little break where we do special teams, and that's kind of like halftime for us on the defense. We kind of regroup. Okay, started off great, middle of the second, third quarter wasn't great, but then we finished in the fourth quarter. So just trying to create a lot of game situations just mentally for us to say, hey, we got to start fast, but we also got to finish fast as well.
You planning on playing on Saturday? No, you've gotten a few preseason reps before. I don't want to get you in trouble up here.
Well, yeah, I don't want to give away any of our game plan stuff, but I think everybody, including myself, is going to prepare like we're going to play.
Sure.
Going to always do my recovery. We're going to go through the film study. We're going to prepare and things like that. And if we get out there in Chicago and Braves say I'm up, then I'm up. And if I'm not, I'm not. So, I'll always be rooting the guys on. If I play 1 or 2 drives, I'm going to be on the sidelines with my sunflower seeds and rooting all the guys on.
You have to share some of those sunflower seeds with Jimmy White. Although I don't think Jimmy can eat them anymore. He's got like some kind of stomach condition that's prevented him from getting to the sunflower seeds.
Yeah, all that sodium.
That's what happens with age. Speaking of which, it was gross how nostalgic I got listening to you on Bussin' with the Boys and then Vrabel on Bussin' with the Boys. Mm-hmm. Just because, you and I are 30 this year. It's not – well, correct. You're not there yet.
It's coming.
I know.
Next week.
I know. Tough scene. Well, happy early birthday. Can we get Stephen A. Smith back there, Jackson, to wish Kevin Byard a happy early 30th birthday?
Happy birthday to him. I don't care. Good luck.
Of course we do care very much. Happy early birthday, Kevin.
No, I appreciate it.
But, I just get nostalgic listening to some of that stuff because, I've covered your entire career. I've covered Vrabel's entire career here. Right. And, to kind of hear your guys' perspective on some old war stories like that was really, really cool because, obviously we're there. We're covering it from a certain standpoint. You guys have a much different experience even though we're all at the same event. And it was just It was cool to kind of hear you guys go through all those things again.
Yeah, it's very cool because, Will Compton was obviously there when Braves first got here as well. So just all the old locker room stories and the meeting room stories, just kind of joking and laughing about a lot of different things. Like you said, it's very nostalgic. So like you said, it was very cool to get back on the Bussin' with the Boys. Those guys are doing, great things with the podcast.
I refuse to give them any credit whatsoever.
I know, Buck. I understand it. I understand the little rivalry going on there. But
there's no rivalry. I'm better at that. I'm better at this than they are. You're not going to tell me otherwise, KB.
That's the competition. There you go.
Competition. Out here on the practice field, got the competitive juices flowing. Kevin Byard hanging out here with us after practice. So, but for you, I mean, it doesn't, at least to look at you out there on the practice field, it doesn't look like 30 years old at all. You're still out there diving, making plays, passes, defense. It doesn't feel like you've missed a beat at all. And I know that durability, that availability is something that you've prided yourself on over the course of your career.
Absolutely. It's the work I put in during the offseason. I don't take too much time off. Because I understand, as you get older, you have to really maintenance your body year-round. It's not one of those things where you used to be young, man. You just go out and practice, no stretch, no hot tub, no anything. I do all those things just to make sure that I can continue to be competitive, continue to be the same player I've always been. And that's what I want to continue to do as long as I'm here with the Tennessee Titans.
So we were talking about this, Lucas, my EP and I, before the show started, and he said, are you going to ask him about the contract stuff? I'm like, we've asked about the contract stuff 10 damn times over, and he said everything that he can say on it. But, I guess the way that I'd look at it is the way that people caped up for you around here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? that has to resonate no matter what the emotions are of the contract negotiations or restructures and things of that nature.
Right.
Like the way that people caped up for you around here. And I know that this place means something to you, but that had to be pretty unique and special for you to kind of experience, despite what was going on at the time.
For sure, and it's just one of those things where, I've been here, going on 8 years, and the support I've had from this community.
Don't do that to me. 8 years, KB?
It's crazy, huh? I mean, just the support I've had since day one, and even going back to my MTSU days, it played a part in that for sure. And like I said, man, as those things come about and those things go along, and I kind of spoke about this on Bussin' with the Boys, like, it's easy to get emotional in the beginning and thinking like, oh, well, no, I shouldn't do this, and those type of things. And those were definitely the feelings. But at the same time, business is business, and you can't let your emotions get involved in business. And I still understand, and obviously talking to Rand, and Rand's a great guy, and understanding that, trying to build a championship roster, sometimes business, gets in the way of that. And you have to really make, great decisions. I mean, don't get me wrong. The money that I'm making is still great. You know what I'm saying? It's not like it wasn't nothing crazy disrespectful. So, like I said, I'm appreciative to having those conversations with Rand and with the team. And like I said, I want to retire here, and I've said this from jump. So hopefully we'll make that happen.
It's such a rare thing to see a player who is willing to do that, though. Like, and I try to get this across to the audience. This is you guys obviously love the sport. You love your team. You love your teammates. You love your coaches. But like, this is a job. Like,
Absolutely.
You're out there to earn money, provide for your family, potentially for generations to come. If you get that big second contract that a lot of guys don't necessarily get to capitalize on. But, like, the idea of putting your team in a more competitive position when the finances are involved, you're the exception. People who do those things are the exception, not the rule.
Yeah, and it's a lot of different ways you can look at it. At the end of the day, as a player of my caliber, I want to be compensated well. At the end of the day, you want to be compensated well. But at the same time, I'm not, whatever you want to call it, I'm not deaf to the fact that, there are a lot of people in this country that work very hard, and some people don't feel like they're getting what they deserve or whatever it may be. So I don't want to be tone deaf to the fact that, hey, we're talking about, millions of dollars are millions of dollars. But at the end of the day, I don't want to be tone deaf to say that, hey, from whatever I was making to where I'm at now, like, I don't want to be – I mean, I would kind of just say, like, selfish in a way, or at least pouting about things that, I'm still in a great position.
Sure.
And at the end of the day, like I said, those things tend to work themselves out, and like I said, I'm happy to be in the place that I'm at right now.
Mayor of Murfreesboro wouldn't ring quite as well in another spot.
No, I don't think it will. I don't think a lot of other cities or states that they would really even know where Murfreesboro is located. Honestly, obviously know Middle Tennessee, but some people
after
don't.
They beat Miami last year, they probably do.
You're right
you
about
got
that.
Stock out here talking smack.
If I would have been in Miami Dolphins, they'll know for sure.
I'm saying. We were talking about Luce and I were talking about this before you got up here. You've got a really, really good nickname. Is there a better nickname on the team than Mayor of Murfreesboro? Because King Henry's pretty damn good.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Nuke is not bad, shortened to the point.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a better one that we're not thinking of? Because, like, Big Jeff is, it is what it is. He's
Big
Jeff and he's big.
Nah, we're not gonna, Big Jeff. I wouldn't say it's weak, but it's pretty mundane. It's not really creative at all. It's just Big Jeff. I mean, anybody can do that. I don't know. I think I do probably have the best nickname. I mean, Christian, we call him K2, which is pretty cool. I don't know. I definitely think I have the best one. I actually call Arden Key. It's crazy. Arden Key actually went to my high school. So
you're kidding?
Yes, he went to my high school.
In Georgia.
So I left. I think he came maybe a year or two after I left in Georgia. So I call him Key Glock, which is pretty cool, like the rapper in Memphis.
Yeah. Did you know he was an insane person before he got here?
I did. I didn't know he was as insane as he is now, but I obviously knew he was a jokester. So I put Key Glock up there for Arden Key.
Pretty good. You got to come out to Ambition for that cash for the warm-up song, all that.
Absolutely.
Kevin Byard hanging out here with us. What are you about to do?
About to go stretch, jump in this cold tub, grab something to eat, and get on with these meetings.
Well, I'll let you get to it here in just a second. But you brought up Fulton, man. He looks like he's having a really, really strong camp. And camp is what it is.
Yeah.
You try not to take too much away or make assessments one way or the other, but what have you seen from him that's kind of that we wouldn't necessarily have access to that kind of reinforces that point? Because it sounds like you feel the same way.
Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest thing I've seen, obviously, I always feel like he was a really good player, but I just seen a mentality shift. Obviously, ending the year last year, he's had the injuries the past couple of years, and obviously the comments Braves made in the media at the end of the year. I know that just hit a certain switch in his mind as far as how he wanted to prepare during the offseason and you can obviously see it paying off right now. Obviously, it's still early. He understands that he has to, stay healthy and be consistent as he's been. But just the mentality shift. We see the same bodywork lady once or twice a week now. And, we just talk often, and she talks to me about him coming in and really being locked in on the little things, really taking care of his body. So I'm really hoping and praying that this pays off for him because, being in this position, you get to see young guys come in as a rookie and grow and grow and grow. And you want to see these guys get rewarded financially to take care of their family. So that's something I'm rooting for Christian Fulton this year.
He's Titan safety Kevin Byard, the mayor of Murfreesboro, kind enough to sit down with us up here on the SeatGeek Terrace. Good spot up here. KB, I appreciate you, dude.
Of course, Buck. Thank you.
Where is Terrell Williams? Not quite at the podium, so we'll take a quick break. When we come back, you will hear from the Titans stand-in head coach for the Chicago Bears preseason game. I'm Buck Reising, live from Titans training camp. It's 104.5 The Zone.